Get that paper, told that Glock, that's how we live. Yeah, my life's a game, I pray I don't get killed. They can't believe I got the guap, this shit for real. Can't accept the fact my brother gone, I wanna kill. Yeah, I can't go for that shit don't sit right. Instead of capping to the old nigga, I know what you live like. Ain't worried about all, just fuck these hoes and live life. I go on the drill, I'm smart enough, you gotta know how to kill.
Weeks soon passed after the attack on the leaf. Orochimaru had escaped, and the hidden leaf was left to ruin. From this, the third Hokage decided that there needed to be a new Hokage. He was getting too elderly for the job, and there needed to be a Hokage in their prime, ready to fight and assist the village with whatever they needed. But before sending Jiraiya out to look for his comrade and classmate, he promoted several genin to the rank of Chunin, which included Naruto, who had helped much in the battle. Soon, Orochimaru's Sound 4 had returned to the leaf and convinced Sasuke to leave. Heading away from the village, the leaf would soon assemble a team. But by this time, Naruto decides not to participate. Instead, he vanishes, returning to Lord Danzo. From the shadows, his mentor appears to him. The next step in our plan, Naruto, will soon begin. We then see the red eyes of the young boy as a whole year goes by. A night like no other falls upon the leaf, and Naruto stands on the rooftop, his Anbu gear on, with a fox mask on his face. From behind the wall, Zetsu appears. "Well, it's about damn time, isn't it?" Zetsu smirks, looking ahead. "Just beyond those trees, to the northeast, the leader of the Akatsuki will be waiting for you and your friend." "Where is he?" Naruto smirks, sitting down, looking around. "He'll be here in just a second. Just be patient, Zetsu. Everyone has their own motivation for their actions after all." Far in the Hyuga compound, Neji was walking around and began looking for the clan head, walking towards him. "I'm leaving this place. I no longer need you, or need to obey anything, or anything you tell me to do. There's nothing you can do for me." The clan head starts to stand, beginning to perform hand signs, trying to activate the seal, but nothing happens, to the shock of the other branch members. "I also no longer belong to this village. I won't give out any of our techniques, or anything I know of this clan. I owe that much to my father. As for everything else, one day I will come back and free my true family, which is the branch family." The clan head runs down to attack Neji, but he stands up against him. "I'll show you an example of the strength that I've gained." Neji drops the headband, revealing the birdcage seal wasn't on his forehead. This shocks everyone, but then we'd get a flashback to Naruto and Neji meeting with Orochimaru. Naruto drops off a body bag onto the table, and it's revealed to be another Hyuga. The process was gruesome, but it was done nevertheless. And going back to the present, we'd see that Neji speed blitzes the members of his clan and stabs a kunai into the clan head. You won't die from that, but the next time, you won't be so lucky. Later on the rooftop, Neji arrives, looking at Naruto, stating that he was ready. These two sneak into the Anbu area and begin killing all of the Konoha Anbu members. When Danzo arrived, he was in shock to see the sight, not believing what had happened. This is when Neji and Naruto were seen standing above him on the railing. "I expected as much. Naruto, are you truly going to turn on the man who gave you everything?" Before Danzo could react, the real Naruto stabbed him through his shoulder, pinning him to a wall. "You think I don't know?" The funny thing is, once I started to master more of the Nine-Tails chakra, my sensory abilities became even stronger than you could imagine. Danzo wondered what Naruto meant by this. Naruto then removes Danzo's bandages and rips out Shisui's eye, leaving him there in the destroyed building. This is when multiple people are alerted to what's going on. From this point on, Naruto begins raging throughout the village, destroying buildings and killing those in the surrounding areas. With so much going on, the Hokage deploys his strongest shinobi available. But even by that time, Naruto had already left the village and began making his way to the meeting point. As soon as he arrives, he comes face to face with the leader of the organization that he was joining. Pain looks across at Naruto, telling him that this will be a difficult journey that he begins to embark on, and it comes with a gruesome ending. Plus, he lets him know straight up that he'll die, but he'll end up killing a lot of people who he thought he cared about. This is when Naruto explained to him that there is no one in this world. The people that he truly cares about were taken from him so long ago. The Akatsuki robes are given to the duo, and putting them on, they fit quite well. They were then assigned their first mission, which was that Naruto must become even stronger. So he set the two of them to train in isolation. On their journey to find a place that was secluded from them from all villages, they ran across many people, and during this time, Naruto would gain his own following, and would also be given a nickname, the Dark Sage, across the Shinobi lands. And later we see that some time had passed, and as he was training in this new land of his own, it seemed that he had also gained a sort of cult that was following him. In this land that would be called the Land of Shadow, which was separated from any village, and all those within it sat there and praised Naruto for his work. For Naruto was the one who saved him. That was the savior of the world, the one who would guide them into a new age. From this point on, the time skip does continue, and we'd see a much stronger Naruto and Neji in their teens. These two had grown up so much from the time that had passed, but there was still so much work to be done. This is when the group was entering their final stage of their plan, so everything had to be flawless from this point on, and not many of the members even knew that Naruto was a part of the group due to him being in isolation for so long. Black Zetsu appears to the duo once again, telling them that it's time, that the two will make their announcement to the people in the Land of Shadows, saying that one day they will return and grab them for a battle that will be needed, so be ready. And if they don't return, they thank them for everything that they've done for them, feeding them with their meals and enjoying laughs under fires. Naruto and Neji are first assigned the 6 and the 8 tails. Heading to the land where the 6 tails jinchuriki was last spotted, they then begin their journey, which was long. Each day that they traveled, they came across a new land with so many people. And then, when crossing through what was the Land of Fire, they thought about returning to the Leaf Village to cause even more havoc, but they were told by Black Zetsu that Pain was going to take care of that for them. But they would be alerted for that as well. With Zetsu as a guide, they would arrive in a small town 3 weeks later. Neji wonders how they would find the jinchuriki in such a small area, but Naruto states that Kurama has already located him. Neji wonders where, and Naruto hears someone enter the restaurant from behind them. So what do you want to do? Do you want to risk the lives of these innocent people, or do you wish to take this fight somewhere else? The jinchuriki of the 6 tails leaves the area, and the two of them begin to follow him. Once reaching the secluded area, the jinchuriki asks them what they wanted, and Naruto responds, "Does it even matter what we want? Just know that you have it." So are there any last words for you? The man says nothing, just rushing in to attack both of them, who would dodge. Naruto kicks him in the stomach, and then throws him into the forest. "Neji, wait for my signal." Neji would nod. Multi-shadow clone jutsu. The jinchuriki watches hundreds of clones rush in to attack him. Using the power of his tail beast, he evaded, performing his own jutsu. The real Naruto appears behind him, using the body flicker, swinging his blade only for it to be dodged. Not half bad. "You're in my domain now. I hope you realize that, Nine Tails." Naruto looks around as bubbles were in the area. Each one of them begins exploding as all the clones are ripped apart by the explosions. Naruto, thinking quick, covers himself with the wind-style jutsu, but still takes damage as he was launched into a tree. The explosions soon stop, and Kurama begins healing him, but he stops that as well. The fox wonders why, but this was just in Naruto's mind. He wants to take down the 6 tails, or at least the jinchuriki, without the help of his tail beast. First, it needs to be a battle between men before tail beasts, He already knows Kurama's stronger than any other tail beast that's currently alive. But he also knows that he needs to be strong as a jinchuriki, especially for the mission and goal that he has. Coating his own blade in chakra, Naruto then looks ahead. Utakata stares him down, asking who put Naruto up to this, hunting down another jinchuriki when they should be allies. Naruto then poses his own ideals. If the jinchuriki are supposed to be allies, then why, when I was being tormented, where were you? You don't truly care for me or anything, not even the six tails inside of you. That's why I'll be the one to bear the burden of setting us all free, no matter how much hatred that causes me to endure. Using the body flicker in sync with his wind and lightning style jutsu, Naruto begins to vanish around the battlefield. Utakata had no idea and had to focus just to predict where the boy would come from. Suddenly, from behind him, Naruto would strike him. A small explosion goes off, sending Naruto flying back, but he then smirks. Utakata then realized what was going on. Naruto was taking all of his attention. It was a diversion, but for what? What jutsu? What scheme could he be strategizing in his mind? Before he could even realize it, Neji appeared to his side with the Byakugan active. And a Hyuga clan member? Damn it, I'm in his range. Neji performs the 64 palms with speed had never been seen before by a Hyuga clan member. Utakata then falls to one knee, coughing up blood from this battle, stating that it was far from over. Explosions go off in the forest, forcing Naruto and Neji to get back. This is when it's seen that everything had been destroyed by these explosive bubbles. Naruto and Neji barely have scratches on them, so they get ready to end this battle. The bond you and your jinchuriki have is weak six tails, and is no longer needed in this world, or in the next. Naruto looks down at him, beginning to walk forward. I'll show you what it truly means to master a tail beast. Naruto's aura begins to shift, and with it comes a yellow golden glow. And for a moment, a tail beast bomb forms in his hands. Utakata could barely manage to stand and tries to summon more power, but was hit by Naruto's own Biju bomb, being sent flying through a great distance, and an explosion goes off. Trees, rocks, and all type of debris fly around as Naruto lets his power fade away. The two boys would walk over where Utakata had landed, seeing him just barely alive. This is when Naruto would heal him just a little bit, taking him to the meeting point where the six tails will be extracted by pain. You two, along with another pair, will be sent on a mission. Await my orders. Naruto and Neji go out to recover from their battle, and the two talk for a little bit. And while recovering, this will be during the time that Itachi and Sasuke would have their final battle, ultimately leading to the Uchiha joining the Akatsuki as well. The masked man is the one to see Tentaka at the meeting point in the Cloud Village. When they arrived, they were shocked to see Naruto and Neji were there waiting on them. These three shinobi from the Leaf, all knowing each other, would smirk. Naruto asked Sasuke if he was going to complete his dream, or if he was able to, of killing that certain someone. Sasuke had remained silent, focused on what's ahead. Turning to a tree, we'd see the masked man. With this being the first time that Naruto actually seen him, Kurama warns him immediately. Naruto, he was there. He was there the night your parents were killed. He was the one behind it. Naruto ignores this, and then listens to the mission details with the group, learning that this will be the group to capture the 8 Tails Jinchuriki. Hearing this, Naruto was fired up. Continuing their travels, the group makes it outside the village. Just like old times, right, Sasuke? The Uchiha waves this off. Just don't get in my way. As if, you spoiled brat. Street cat. The two begin laughing while entering the village. The others, excluding for Neji, were confused. Walking around, they found that this village had already been evacuated, finding no one in it. But, as they begin to take a step towards another building, Naruto stops, turning to use a wind-style jutsu to push them all back. Before they could even antagonize him, or call Naruto anything, they would see that he was blocking an attack from the 8-tailed jinchuriki. He would waste no time sending B into the air, and while mid-air, fireballs and air palms begin coming his way. Forming tentacles behind his back, he grabs onto a nearby building, swinging himself around a corner. Jugo was there waiting though, hitting him through the building, as now it was an open space once again. Naruto appears with the body flicker, forcing B to use all 8 of his swords to block the attacks. Still, this wasn't enough. Killer B was hit by a kick from Sasuke, and then palm strikes from Neji. His chakra was slowly being cut off, and he has to make a move. But he was then burned by the Mangekyo Sharingan ability of Sasuke. The black flames scorch his body and continue to burn until he would transform into his tail beast. With the fighting ramping up to its climax, Naruto smirks, using the 9-tailed golden cloak. The 8-tails would throw buildings and large rocks towards their way, but they would be easily destroyed by the group. Taking it to another level, Naruto decides to finish this all right now. Holding out his hand, he creates a Buju bomb that expands, even growing bigger and bigger. With the attack charging, the 8-tails prepares its own. Right before Naruto would launch the attack, Sasuke walks over to him, placing a hand on his shoulder, as lightning would form around its Buju bomb, and it's launched forward as the 2 kaiju beams would clash. It rips apart everything around them, leaving a huge explosion that would go off. But after this explosion, the 8-tailed jinchuriki was seen floating in the water, almost lifeless. The group walks over to capture him, only for Naruto and Neji to turn their heads, landing attacks on the real jinchuriki. While caught off guard, Naruto cuts his left arm, and Neji palms his heart, making Killer B cough up blood and fall to the ground. Before he could make another move, the masked man appears, warping the Shinobi into the Kamui dimension and thanking the group. With that out of the way, they can now begin preparing for the final stage of the Akatsuki's plan, the war. They would part ways around this time, as the Kage Summit does happen, and Sasuke goes off to attend it. While Naruto goes off towards the Leaf Village, finding it barely being rebuilt, but he has other plans that were stored away. Naruto takes a scroll of sealing and leaves the village for now, as he needs to begin training to put his plan into full effect. Later, summoning the 4th Hokage and extracting the 9-tails from him, which allows him to be alive for just a little bit longer, and the Akatsuki is able to put their plan into motion. The war would still happen with the White Zetsu and everything, causing a newly formed Shinobi alliance to fight back. The war was seemingly equal until the Akatsuki began to join in, because within this timeline, they have most of their members except for Itachi. From here is when the revived Shinobi begin to lead the charge, taking down groups of enemies and overpowering the allied nations. This was until Sasuke would betray the Akatsuki, going with his brother Itachi, and would be the ones to stop Kabuto and the reanimation jutsu. Even with this, Madara here hadn't awakened his Rinnegan, so he would return to the afterlife as well, which forced the masked man to continue on his plans for him. Becoming the 10-tailed jinchuriki, he plans to use the infinite Tsukuyomi on the world. As he goes to try and use the jutsu, Sasuke reappears with the past Kage. This is when a new battle would begin. They begin to attack the newly 10-tailed jinchuriki, but it wouldn't be enough, with Obito being so strong, and he was still protected by the remaining Akatsuki members. The battle goes back and forth between both sides until Obito was surrounded by the 2nd and 4th Hokage. Their dual Raijin attack was about to land, but it was blocked and they were sent flying. Naruto stood standing, now having 2 Rinnegan within his eyes. Obito wonders how he blocked the attack, but it seemed that Naruto had used the almighty push just now. And Obito was shocked at the fact that he had Nagato's eyes. So that's why he couldn't find them? They were with Naruto this entire time? But even more, how strong could he be now? Naruto looks around at the biggest threats and takes a step, vanishing and placing a hand on the chest of Hashirama. The seal that he places on his body constricts him as he falls to the ground, beginning to fade away. Before someone could even move, he looks around sending 3 consecutive Biju bombs at the Shinobi alliance in the background, killing hundreds upon their landing. Sasuke is the one to try and confront him, only to have a hole blown through his stomach by the chakra hands of Naruto. Dropping him to the ground or throwing him to the side, he then looks at the 3 remaining Kage. Naruto goes to fight them, but was caught off guard by Might Guy in the 5th gate. Naruto is hit with a flurry of attacks, but he tanks all of them. Taunting the remaining Shinobi, he wasn't worried about them at all. Before Might Guy could enter the next gate, Obito would then warp him to the Kamui dimension. Well, that settles that as well. Now Naruto, help me finish him off. With Naruto showing off the extent of his power alongside Obito, the two were able to finish off the remaining Kage, now moving towards the next step in their plan. With Obito being the 10-tailed jinchuriki, he's soon able to begin Project Tsukuyomi, placing the world of Shinobi into a genjutsu. However, as Obito stood overlooking everything that he had done, Naruto summoned a wall that would block out the moon from the area that they were in. Naruto and Obito stood inside, with Obito questioning him. What's the meaning of this? I've grown bored of following your lead. That's all. Naruto attacks the 10-tailed jinchuriki and their legendary battle would begin. Jutsu of all kind were shown here. With these two powerhouses going back and forth, there was no telling how it could end. Several times, Naruto just barely evaded death, and through it all, he was able to push Obito into a trap, wherein he's able to extract the 10 tails from his body, and would place it into his own. Naruto allows Obito to see the genjutsu reflected upon the moon, and would close his eyes. As overlooking the area, which was once a battlefield, he thought about the silence that overcame it, and how peaceful it truly was. Naruto prepares for what's to come next, sitting in silence for a moment, watching the remaining shinobi be put into the genjutsu. He then floated up, as Black Zetsu would try and backstab him, like he did Madara. However, Naruto evaded it, performing hand signs that would completely seal Black Zetsu. And with no one all left to stop him, Naruto begins looking into the moon to have his own dream. A perfect world. What would that look like for someone who had went through so much agony? We'd soon see the Leaf Village, of all places. One in which his father was never the Hokage, and where there was never a jinchuriki here. In fact, there were no jinchuriki at all. Just regular shinobi with families inside the hidden leaf. Something so simple, but was taken for granted by many within this world. Naruto was then seen sparring with Minato in this dream and being beat, but a true smile of happiness appears on the young boy's face as he swears that the next time he would beat his father.